What is up, friend and fellow anti-netter and my fellow Sheparians? Scott Shepper here. I'm driving to the office on a nice sunny Monday morning, and this past weekend, or at least at the time I'm recording this, yesterday was essentially a holiday. It was Easter, and I went to two separate events yesterday, family gatherings, and an idea occurred to me, something that I want to share with you. And that is this. With Zettelkasten and Niklas Luhmann and how he structured his own Antinet, and I've said it before and I'll keep saying it, it was a system that fundamentally had a very rudimentary nature of order to it. Essentially, the addresses and the way that you categorize and install ideas into your own Antinet, into your own second mind and second memory. However, it is not a perfect system of order. And, no matter how many times I say this, like literally I freaking feel like I say this every time I talk about the Antinet, is people always, freak out and are like, well, I don't understand that there's hierarchy, and just people just don't understand. And those are the ones that haven't actually, set it up or tried it and worked with it for a while. And anyway, what you'll discover and find is that, because you are deciding and putting together the cards in the most similar and related location to all the other ideas, it quickly becomes a system of disorder and a system of chaos to anyone else besides yourself. You begin to essentially, look for ideas, and, in your own mind, it makes sense where it is, but to everyone else, it is a system of chaos. And within the system, it's basically both founded on order and chaos. You will find essentially that a system of both order and chaos is more conducing and fruitful and beneficial for stumbling upon breakthrough ideas, for getting you to think in a scope that you otherwise would not think, like within a digital system, where you're just rapidly searching and trying to, get something done, that you have a preset idea in your mind and you're looking for something. Whereas with analog, you're just going to start coming across ideas that you wouldn't have otherwise expected. And this is the Luhmann, way of saying it was, he called it accidental surprises and insights that bear fruitful insights of knowledge. And so I was thinking about this weekend, and this is an interesting comparison, in that at family gatherings, you end up hanging out with cousins and aunts and nieces and people that you otherwise really wouldn't hang out with. And essentially, what I'm getting at is that even though fundamentally there's a sense of order to what you are doing. Oh gosh. All right, this will go down as a epic podcast recording because I just got pulled over and I just got done with it. Anyway, if you know me, then you know that I love the color green, and I got my Tesla wrapped lime green. Well, I did something about a week ago that even one-ups the sheer brilliance, or depending on your perspective, sheer stupidity of Sir Scott of Shepper, the analog knowledge revolutionary himself. I ordered custom license plates so that the the California license plate was the back color was black, and then the background color, and then the letters were green to match my car. And, I had figured, hey, if they're going to be selling this, then of course it has to be legal, right? Well, I just got proven wrong, and apparently it's not legal. So anyway, I just got pulled over and given a nice little fun ticket for having such. So I guess that's really the way you learn stuff. Anyway, speaking of order and law and order, yeah, order is fine, but also chaos is also fine. But here's where I was going with the major point. It's fascinating how, like, at family gatherings, like, you are brought there because of like a system of order, like you're supposed to, and it's conventional, right? Wherein like our genetic code and DNA bring us together at these family gatherings, like in an ordered environment. But really what ends up happening, you have like a melting pot of characters that you would otherwise not normally hang out with, which it induces kind of like a chaotic mix of ideas. And it becomes way more beneficial and fruitful than hanging out with your regular ordered, essentially social connections. And like this one from this past weekend, there was some fascinating discussions and new ideas. And it's always, whenever you go to these family gatherings, it's always the question comes up of, yeah, so what do you do? And so it's, for me, it's kind of unique because I'm always like, at one point I'll be like, well, I'll go in and start nerding out about note cards and Nicholas Luhmann and thinking and creating systems of analog systems for reading, thinking, and researching, right? And then in other settings, some people that are like, wait, well, how the hell do you even sustain and make a living and make money? And in that setting, I'll usually say that, I help people that are solo writers, solo creators, solo independent thinkers, right? I help them become their own one-man wolfpack business and make money, make a multiple six-figure income and living by doing what they love, reading, thinking, writing, and creating in their own version of what they have to add to the world. And so, but during those discussions, like during those, hey, what do you do? It's always super beneficial and helpful for me because it reminds me that, hey, you need to like simplify, your message, what you do for all audiences. And that's like yet another kind of, I would say, metaphor for the whole concept, the paradox of both wanting order and chaos, because both induce breakthrough insights. Anyway, this was a fun podcast to do. I had to stop suddenly because I like to hold the phone in my hand while I'm speaking to you and sharing my ideas. So I thought I was going to get, maybe I was originally pulled over but actually, you know what? I have tinted windows, but I thought I was originally going to get pulled over because, they saw me holding the phone. But, it dawned on me, oh, crap. Well, I'm going to get ticketed because I was brilliant and wanted to test myself what would happen if I just decided to drive around with a black background and lime green license plate. So you got two pieces of wisdom out of this podcast today. First, you want both order and chaos. And second is, if you're going to be driving around in California and you want to customize your license plate to any color to your heart's desire, well, sooner or later, you're going to end up like me. You're going to get pulled over and you're going to get ticketed because, well, I guess law and order does crack down on those that decide to flex their own chaos by driving around with whatever license plate color they want. So I guess I'm going to have to sacrifice and order a custom license plate and get the black and yellow license plate and just be a simple, normal person like everyone else in this world. So that's the end. Anyway, peace and love. Hope you got reminded about wanting both order and chaos, and embrace it. Embrace it in your knowledge work, embrace it in your life. maybe not too much to the point where you get a ticket. And also embrace it in marketing and publishing and getting your stuff out there, right? Like what I've created and even my website, it's not the most perfectly ordered thing out there. I'm developing it as I go and embracing chaos. And I think, if you're like me, I love order and control and being well thought out about what I do. But I also think that, chances are, if you're listening to this, you are similar to me and you thrive on order. So the lesson here is to just be 20% more chaotic. Anyway, peace and love. and stay crispy, my friend.